Hello there, so today we are doing something a little bit different, kicking off April, and it involves our good old perk cards. So there's cards out there that are always used and in most builds that you will see, and then there's cards that never see the light of day. So I'm going to be going through each special and picking out the worst, most vilified perk card in each category, and I'll probably do some honorable mentions as well. So starting off, we have Strength. So there's a lot of cards in Strength, and a lot of them you are familiar with. Most of them are, geared towards the specific damage increases for melee, shotguns, heavy gunner. There's a lot of carry weight stuff and weight reduction stuff. But there's a few in here that are a bit questionable. Now, first I thought, maybe Pain Train. But Pain Train, it's in the meme category, just chuck it on just to have some random fun. And it's always fun just charging in, even if it's not doing really great damage against your, higher level enemies. It is fun to just, knock things over. So you can have some fun with Pain Train. So Pain Train is not the most vilified there. No. Most vilified here is between Barbarian and Bullet Shield. So Barbarian, of course, every point of strength adds +2, +3, and +4 to a maximum of 80 damage resistance. The only prerequisite there is you're not in power armor. So 80 damage resistance there, but you can be using quite a lot of builds for that, but still not really that great. But Bullet Shield, similar case here, gains 60 damage resistance while firing a heavy gun. So a very specific requirement there. Generally, if you're using a heavy gun, you're also in power armor, so your damage resistance is already high, and we know damage resistance has diminishing returns the higher you go. So 60 damage resistance, not really going to be doing anything. Barbarian gives 80 at the max, so most vilified card in Strength I'm going to give to Bullet Shield, because just no. But hey, if there's anyone out there that actually uses Bullet Shield, let me know in the comment. And next we have Perception, and of course that has the commando stuff, your archery stuff, and your rifleman stuff, picklock, all of those kind of cards, some shotgun stuff, some quality of life stuffs like the Panopictographist and Perceptibobble, Fortune Finder. But there's a few questionable ones in here, as with every category. We have another one of those resistance ones. So at 4 stars, gain 40 energy resistance. Not really worth 4 stars. So Refractor is definitely on the list. Another one on the list is Night Eyes. Gain night vision while sneaking between 6 and 6. Now, night does not really last very long in this game. So not really that useful, and it's not really a very dark game either, so, Night Eyes, yeah, for 2, not exactly worth it. Night Person, sure, gain some increase when it's that, if you're going for your XP, builds, but everything else does sort of have a place and a use. Even Awareness, I won't, hate on Awareness here, if you just like checking out the specific damage resistances in VATS and stuff. It has a very specific purpose, so it's there if you want it, but it's not really doing anything else, whereas Night Eyes, Refractor, it's a tough one, but do I give it to Night Eyes? Do I give it to 40 for 4 is just terrible. That's even worse than Bullet Shield. So most vilified I'm going to give to Refractor. Let me know if you agree in the comments. And next we have Endurance, so a lot of your food and drink stuff, your chem stuff, Nuka-Cola, some survivability stuff here as well. And there's probably quite a few questionable ones here that you probably are not really, are you ever really going to use, reduced by 90%? Diseases don't really do anything much in this game, basically. So there's a lot that's, just not great. Solar powered, gain some stats between 6 and 6 p.m. So not terrible. Slowly regen rad damage between 6 and 6. That you can see them, but then of course you still have those, very useless ones. 40 radiation resistance. Now the thing with the radiation or rad resistant here is, unless you're in power armor or something like your Secret Service or your Brotherhood Recon, a lot of the other armors have 0 or barely any radiation resistance. So I could see this one being, placed somewhere. However, I'm going to have to give this one to Homebody. So, the most vilified in Endurance is going to be Homebody. Gain gradual health regeneration while in your camp or workshop. Gain improved health and limb regeneration. Are people dying a lot in their workshops, camps? Not really, so I'm definitely going to give this one to Homebody. So charisma, a lot of the team bonus stuff, and also some other things that are just quality of life like hard bargain and whatnot. Inspirational, lone wanderer, all of those you see quite a bit. So which one is this going to go to? And for this one, I think I'm going to have to give it to Happy Camper. So similar to Endurance, Hunger and Thirst grows slower when in your camp or in a team or workshop. Like, most people don't even bother with Thirst and Hunger, so most vilified I'm definitely going to give to Happy Camper. In this case, not a Happy Camper. And over to Intelligence, some weight reduction stuff, a lot of crafting things, also some damage stuff like Demo Expert, and your hacker skills, of course, but definitely one that I immediately know, and that is going to be Wrecking Ball. So again, a camp-related, or work-related, or workshop-related perk card. So yeah, 3 stars, you deal 120% damage to workshop objects. Anyone out there actually destroying workshop objects? I'm pretty sure someone's going to say yes to that. But I mean, for most players... And over to Agility we go. So a lot of your AP-orientated stuff, some really good damage cards like Adrenaline. You've got all of your Gunslinger and your Gorilla perk cards here, your stealth stuff, and some more pistol things, and a few odd ones thrown in, like Secret Agent, White Knight there with your armor break-in. But I think in this category, I am going to give it to good old Dead Man Sprinting. So, Sprint, 20% faster at increased AP cost when your health is below 50%. Now, most of the time, well, not most of the time, but a lot of people are, rocking those bloodied builds or even half health. And yeah, costing more AP, but not really sprinting that much faster, especially when you can have stuff over in Charisma like Squad Maneuvers and Speed Demon for your mutations. Yeah, this is just... most vilified I'm going to give to Dead Man Sprinting over in Agility. There's much better things here, like, where is it, Marathoner? Yeah, there we go. Sprinting costs 40% fewer action points. No power armor. So, rather go with Marathoner. And over to Luck we go. We have a lot of the critical perk cards here. Your mutation ones like your Class Freak and your Starched Jeans. And, just some other random ones. Now, last laugh I thought about, you drop a live grenade from your inventory when you die. And is most people going to be doing that? Probably not. But again, I'll chuck it in the meme category, Woodchucker. I was actually going to give it to Woodchucker, collect twice as much when harvesting wood. But then I was like, maybe there is something worse. And yes, there's definitely something worse. And that is going to be Dry Nurse. So, 1 for 1, you have a 50% chance to keep your stim pack when you revive another player. Not really reviving players a lot of the time, so that's already limited. It's 1 perk cost, and you're only getting a 50% chance. Whereas Woodcutter, it also only costs 1, but you're getting guaranteed the twice as much harvesting wood. So, for those people building a lot of stuff out there and, primarily doing camps and workshops in the game, Woodchucker I can probably see being useful. Whereas Dry Nurse... just Dry Nurse is getting the vilified status over in Luck. But let me know if you agree or if there are other cards that you hate more than any of the ones I mentioned here today. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, then hey, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stick around for more Fallout content. As always, a massive thank you to the channel members for their support. But for now, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.